Okay, it's day 59. 59. And it's been a good day. Good day. Woke up extremely early. Did start to do some of my other projects, just practicing what I need to do. I think I'm getting the hang of it now. I just need to look into deeper what needs to be done. Because what you realize is everything is just zooming in. What we like and what works brilliantly when selling or when being sold to is when you talk. When you're selling or when you're being sold to, what works really well is when you're talking about the overview, over the shot, over the bird's eye view of what needs to be done. It sounds easy, it sounds doable, and so on and so forth, but it's the zooming in of the details that really, along with the overview, it really gives you the confidence in actually believing you can do something. Like, oh yeah, as they say, the devil's in the details. It's so true, because as soon as I started looking at before, which is a good, I keep on interrupting myself, but before you go to a task or you do a task or something, I've got this method where if I'm going to watch some training, I watch it once and then I watch it again and start implementing what's been, being taught. But when I go through the second time, I write down specific questions that my mind is impulsing. So if I didn't understand a particular step, so now I've written that down, and your mind is constantly going to look for that moment, which works really well. Actually helps you to focus. But another thing to help you focus is actually doing it first thing in the morning when you're fresh in your mind. Just doing anything in the morning when you're fresh just makes life easier. But yeah, so I did that. Looked at the details, built some confidence. Now I understand what needs to be done. I needed to go deep into it, but I had to leave and head off to work. But having that understanding, going into training, I'm no longer, I know what to do. Yeah, so what's the one thing that I would pass on to my unborn child if I was flying over to Mars? I think from what I learned today, I think I got one question that was really good that I picked up today is what would I want to happen next, to have next, and then how could I increase the likelihood of that actually happening? So the previous videos I talked about the retargeting ads. I was thinking I would like that to happen next, but how could I increase the likelihood of that to happen next? And what popped in my mind was immediately just prepare. So I must watch and prepare, think about, because we're in January now, how to write it, how effective it can be, how effective it could be, how it could fail. What's the reasons why the ads could fail? Oh, it's a great question. And then make sure I delete or I mitigate that, or I set up conditions and boundaries so that never happens. I think that's another great question. How could this absolutely fail? How could this absolutely fail, or how could you guarantee that this is a success? I think absolutely fail is a lot better, because I'm quite defensive minded. So yeah, just that question. I think that question's quite powerful. What would you like? What would you like to have happen next? When you're in touch with a stimulus, just to have that question, so you don't react impulsively or behave impulsively, which gets you nowhere. So another thing as well, having the 50 goals, the 50 student target goal. I think a better goal would be what would be like, what the systems in place, what systems have to be in place in order to attract so and so much. I think it's about 13 more or 15 more students to get to 50. What systems have to be in place? Or what do we have to work on to get more bookings? Yeah, that's a good one too. That is a good one. All right, so day 59 to know day 60. I may do a video in the morning because I watched one earlier video that I did. I said the morning ones are quite interesting because you wake up and your mind has all these thoughts and so on and so forth. So I may do a morning one tomorrow. Maybe don't. We'll just do a recap. We'll catch you tomorrow for day 60. See you tomorrow.